Hi, and welcome to another episode of Tennis Volley Talk with Brian Danielson. Hey, this episode, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing another over the phone interview with another Elk River women's scout tennis player, the younger sister of Ava Nelson. I'm going to be talking to Maya Nelson and how she kind of got started in the game and when it all finally hit her and how it came about with her. But right now, thank you for joining me on my tennis podcast here, Maya.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being on here. I just remember talking with you. I think it was the Elk River Fall Classic when I was talking with you and you gave me your card. So I'm glad that we connected.
Yeah, I am too. And congratulations on the mixed doubles summer tournament winner with you and Kurt Horton. You probably you didn't have to work too hard with him on your side.
Yeah, it was fun playing with him.
Oh,
he's a really good doubles player.
Oh, he is in his own right a very good singles player too.
Yeah.
And everything. It was just amazing to watch you guys and stuff. But I know that whenever I was talking to Ava and she was kind of telling me that you and your parents and her used to get out and start hitting the ball and just playing with the ball. She was in soccer at first. Were you in any other sport, or did you just kind of tag along and wanted to hit the tennis ball and then it kind of started growing on you?
Yeah, so Ava and I, we both played soccer. So I was on the same team as her for 3 years. And then we kind of went our own separate ways. She went to MTA for soccer, and then I stayed at the same club. So I probably quit soccer about end of 8th grade year and just decided to play all tennis.
Okay. So did you then start to take kind of lessons with Randy and then kind of progress from there? And then about when did the bug finally hit you and said, nope, this is my sport, forget everything else? Like it happened to me.
I feel like it was definitely right after COVID with the shutdown and stuff. We would always just go find a court to hit before they shut down all the courts. We would just play, and then I think it was summer of 2021. Ava and I were just with a group of Elk River tennis players Carson Hawk, Keegan Nelson, and all of those people. We just played I think all summer long, 4 or 5 hours of the day, just at the courts, just sitting there talking and playing, having fun.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the best part about it is that when you finally get the bug, you cannot leave the court.
Yeah.
You just got to hit the ball. Okay, who am I going to hit with now? And with you and Ava both in progressing in your tennis as you have and getting so good. I mean, you're such a fierce competitor now that really nothing really scares you with any kind of a hard serve coming from any of the guys that you play with or hit with. You return that serve with interest back at them.
Yeah, I feel that just it really helped being able to play with Ava and just how big she hits, especially her serve and stuff. Mm-hmm. And just with being her sister, I've been invited to play with higher level people, so I really owe her a lot for all of that.
Well, that's right, and that's just kind of almost like jumping into the fire, playing with the big hitters, and the guys too, and that really forms your game in both of your games in a way, with being able to hit with a lot of the guys out there that can hit it so hard. So when you go play other schools, the girls just don't hit it nearly as hard, and you're saying, oh, okay, this is not too bad of a ball to hit, I'll just hit it back for a winner or whatever.
Yeah,
and that just makes it that much more enjoyable to be able to hit the ball just that consistent all the time. Of course, over my years, I've played for over 50 years, but I just kind of more or less started kind of later in school and junior high. So I picked it up a little late in my life, but during high school, junior high, I picked it up and played all summer. And me and 2 friends played over at the cement courts in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and got in with the old guys, and they took us under their wing. And I just kept it up all through the years and playing tennis all these years.
Yeah, I was really lucky when I think it was about fourth grade when Coach Ronning saw like Ava and I hitting, and he convinced us to just start doing drills with him at Daytona back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember being a fourth grader with all the high school players. It was kind of crazy, like very like, because I was the youngest one there, and I think I felt that age like I was not even 5 foot yet.
Yeah.
So I was like the tiniest one out there, and I was just hitting with them.
Oh yeah, and you eventually just got so consistent with getting the ball over, where a lot of people would start missing because you were so consistent about getting the ball over all the time.
Yeah.
And with that too, and with the mixers, that is such a good segue into the formed and the formative years of tennis and being in the mixers, because the mixers was such a good way of hitting with a different group of people all the time, even through at Daytona, and then now with the new club that Randy has, the Rogers Club, which is just an amazing club in itself.
Yeah, I like mixers are one of my favorite things. Just being able to like just have a mix of like playing for like the 2 hours. Like it's so intense, and you get to play like a mixed amount of people, and just playing with like all the guys. Like right now, I'm playing. It's now 4A mixers because there's not. He got rid of one of the levels, so it's still all the 5A people, but now it's called 4A.
Okay.
But I'm the only girl there, and it's just like so fun playing against all these big hitters. And yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it is, and you hold your own, I'm sure, very well. With that too, and I do remember at one time there, I did get a hold of you one night at Mixers, and it was like a battle with us. It was a battle because I started out serving, and you were just kind of like bam, hitting it back. I'm going, wait a minute, hold on, this is a little bit. Wait a minute, she's getting it back pretty good. Wait a minute. So I finally won my serve, and then you were starting to serve, and you were like, I had 30 love, almost, I think 30 love, 40, 15. And then I just kind of dug my heels in. I said, nope, you're not going to do that to me. And so,
you do a great job just changing up the pace and stuff.
And it was just like, then it was a battle. And it was like back and forth in a battle. And by the time Randy came by and got our scores, I think I was barely ahead. I think it was 3-2 me, but it was just a battle with you and I. But that was like I think probably 2-3 years ago. But now you've probably exponentially surpassed me. But with your consistency that you hit with now. But such a pleasure hitting with you and playing with you and against you.
Yeah, thank you. It was so fun playing with you too. I miss you at Mixers. It's weird without you.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird, of course, kind of weird without me and my old cohort, Bruce Swanson, though, too.
Yeah, I miss him too. He was such a great guy. I just remember you guys sitting together at like the Elk River tournaments in your lawn chairs. I think it was Bruce that said that like Emma Anderson was Ava and I's like secret sister or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it was just, and me and him would just sit there and just yab all through the tournament, and, in between, and watching you guys play. And it's like, oh my gosh, it was just amazing. And just sure miss him. Just was such a shock to everything whenever that happened. But, you keep on going, you keep on playing. But now sometimes with your tenacity that you have in your returning serve and saying, like, even both of you, Ava and you, do you kind of just buckle down and try to concentrate a little bit more? Or is it just the fact that you just know that if it's going to come to my backhand, and if it's not real wide, I'm going to just move in and then hit that backhand return or that forehand return. But you tend to be so much more consistent at it than I am, because maybe it's just that my old age and my brain says go and the ball's already past me. So who knows?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like depending, because like everyone has like there's so many variety of serves, like a kick serve, spin serve, flat serve. Like I feel like definitely on second serves I move in and just like go for it. But especially like when someone has a huge first serve, I just have to like kind of block it back to their weaker side.
Mm-hmm. And that tends to be about the best strategy there, just blocking it back. But you still can still have that force. If it's a second serve and it's not all that kick or strong, then you have such an advantage because you're so consistent about getting that ball back on a second serve too.
Yeah.
And with that too, and then of course, then with that too, we kind of get in with what do you think about the WTA Finals there between Rybakina and Sabalenka? That was a heck of a match, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
It was just, and Rybakina just played such a beautiful tiebreaker in that second set.
Yeah, it was a pretty intense match.
Yeah, well, it was. It was very intense, and then plus, what a payday for having five matches that she wins. $5.23 million. Oh my gosh. Just a little chump change, that's all.
Yeah, I was kind of happy. I was kind of rooting for Sabalenka, so I was glad she won, but it's good that it's close because I like Emma Raducanu too.
Yeah, and Rybakina Alina was the last one into that finals and literally just upped her game. I mean, she was just fluid and everything. And I heard a little thing too, is that when she was at one time like an ice skater. So she had the fluidity and doing ice skating and moving on the court like that. And then she picked up tennis and went into tennis and just has that natural ability to be able to get to shots because of her long strides and then be able to hit that slice backhand that she has to keep her out of trouble, where a lot of people tend to try to hit that backhand harder through the court and try to win the point too. She gets herself back into the point and then just relies with her long strides to get to shots too.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't actually know that she's like figure skating. It's so cool how like playing different sports can like relate back to tennis and make you like. I feel like playing soccer has made me like I have a lot of durability. Like I can last like long in points and long matches, especially like being like more of a distance runner. Mm-hmm. I feel like it really has helped me.
Oh gosh, yes, and being able to run those short distances and not get tired and tire the other person out.
Yeah.
Try to do that. Of course, you can do that. After high school, when you get out of high school or anything, going to college or thinking about it, or is it just kind of up in the plans right now?
Yeah, right now I'm narrowing down my schools. I'm planning on playing tennis, just staying in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And then I want to pursue a degree, or I want to get my bachelor's of science in nursing. So,
yeah. And
I'm
then
excited.
Kind of still keep within the tennis realm of teaching or however you might fall into tennis somehow or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm hoping that like just like each summer I come back, like I want to talk with Ava about running like a little like summer camp for like kids, like because like I just remember like right before I started, like I remember some of the like high school or like the seniors like did a little camp, and that's how I first like started getting like knowing about like Elk River tennis.
Oh sure.
So like just coming back and just staying involved.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Like I think this winter I might give some lessons to like kids that are like 12 and under. Mm-hmm. Or to see maybe, but yeah, just stay with it. And I feel like tennis is such a good lifelong sport. Well, that, like even after college, I'll continue playing.
Oh yeah, and it is such a good lifetime sport in itself too. Even with me, because I've been playing 50 years, and I just never gave it up. I just kept playing all the way through everything. Except for just a couple of weeks ago, I didn't fare too good on my bicycle. I fell down, broke my right elbow bone off. So I had surgery 2 weeks ago for my right elbow bone. So they put it back into place. So now it's just a matter of tomorrow I go in and try to get some, they'll kind of give a regimen of physical therapy, and hopefully I'll be back out in the court within a few months here. Hopefully I should.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I think I heard you mention it on Ava's podcast, but I'm guessing you're probably like ready to be like itching to go back on the court.
Oh, I know.
It's weird to just like not play right now.
I know, but at least it kind of happened at the end of the season, so it's kind of that lull time a little bit in between. So it kind of helps a little bit. But with that too, I also do with that. And I've also had the opportunity. Now, I don't know if I told you, but with these phone interviews, I've had the opportunity in with my podcast. One of my last podcast over the phone interviews happened to be with Vince Van Patten, the child star that was on the ATP tour for 10 years back in the late 70s and through the 80s. And he's an actor and writer, producer, and he played tennis, and he came from an acting family and was an actor, child actor for many years too. And the reason why I got that is that back in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, where I'm from, I saw an exhibition and kind of endeared myself to the guys that were putting the court up, the carpeted court. And then they invited me back the next night for the tennis. And then I got to meet Vince Van Patten and at the time, Dean Martin's son, and then Vita Scarlaitis and Ili Nastasi as they came in and were playing the exhibition. I got to meet those guys. So later on, I met him again at the Bank of Oklahoma tournament, and that's when I found the number and got a number. I texted it a couple of times, and he got back to me. It's Vince. And I think that's the reason why I got the podcast, because I mentioned those things, and he remembered me. So that was kind of a good podcast to do.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I feel like some of my favorite memories are just like we went to the U.S. Open with the tennis team about 2 years ago.
Oh, that must have been cool.
That was pretty fun, just like being in the environment and stuff. And then just this winter over spring break, we went to the Miami Open in Florida.
Oh, that must have been unbelievable cool to be able to see those guys play with that. Yeah. But with that too, I've actually done the last 2 years. I went to the U.S. Open. I went to the Fan Appreciation Week. So, going in free so you can watch the practice sessions the whole week before the actual, tournament. And that was just amazing in itself. And then I did catch one day of the tournament. And so that was fun. I saw Coco Gauff play or hit. And then I saw Jensen Brixby, and I was watching him hit. And then I turned around, and then of all people, I saw Pam Shriver, and I got my picture taken with Pam Shriver with my camera, so my phone.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
That was so cool. I wish he wasn't in such a rush. I would have given her my card, and I would have told her I did another interview with somebody that actually beat her and Martina in a set that is now a tennis pro over at North Oaks, is a tennis pro over there. So Kathy Nelson is what her name is. But it was just amazing though too, because her and her partner beat Martina and Pam in a set at the U.S. Open back in the early 80s. So that was kind of a cool little rendition, but she was so busy and walking, had to get back up to the booth, so I couldn't get her anything. But it was still fun getting my picture with her.
Yeah, at the U.S. Open, and it was 2023 that we won. I got a picture of Rublev, and that was pretty cool. But yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the year before, I ended up going to 2024 Fan Appreciation, which I then got to go see because I did an interview with the historian gal with Westside Tennis Club in Forest Hills. So I got to go see Forest Hills and Bud Collins' room, a library, and lunch, and saw a tennis event, the Ultimate Tennis Showdown. And I got to see Rublev and Demur and Guillaume Monfils and all those guys. That was just amazing in itself to watch that event too.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And to see the rich history of the Westside Tennis Club was just amazing in itself too. But also what I do, and it's kind of fun here too, what I also do is I do a racket of the week. And now the racket of the week this week happens to be, it's a Spalding racket actually. And it's probably about the 1970s, early 80s racket. It's endorsed by Tracy Austin of all things, Spalding. But Spalding actually was founded in 1876, and it was actually as a baseball company with that by Albert G. Spalding, in Chicago, and he was a professional baseball pitcher for the Chicago White Stockings back in the 1800s. But then by 1978, when he had retired from baseball, he then opened up and did endorsement or did then made tennis rackets. And what they did is they started selling the tennis rackets in 1878 and marketing it as the first American company that to do that for tennis rackets as an American company selling those rackets too with that. And that's just kind of, and it's a very good racket. It's still pretty darn straight too. With that Spalding, and as you can see with that, it says it says Tracy Austin on it there. So her autograph on it, kind of. In a way, but I kind of like the color of it too. It's a white Spalding. It has and then it has the wood of it here, and then Tracy Austin in red, which is really kind of a fancy, nice little racket for back in the day. And have the sponsor of the racket, and actually Spalding was one of the first sponsors in 1951. Actually, then. In 1951 was the first one to actually endorse the rackets of a player, which was Pancho Gonzalez, which was the actual player that they endorsed back in 1951 with that. So that's really kind of a nice little history behind that too. And in 1905, what they did is they patented laminated stripes in a racket construction in the United States. So that was really kind of an interesting aspect of what Spalding does. And I kind of like doing that and give you kind of a history of it also. But with Tracy Austin, she was played in the professional tour from 77 to 89 is when she was actually playing. Back in 77 is when she turned pro, and she was 14 when she turned pro. And that was, she was the same age as what Andrea Jaeger was, the racket that I showed, Racket of the Week with Ava. And same age as what Andrea Jaeger was. And then she won her first pro at the Futures in Portland in 78. And then with that, she played doubles and singles, and she won the Porsche Tennis Grand Prix at Farnstad with that. And then in 76 was the youngest player to win the U.S. Open of all things, and that was at 16. And she wins the U.S. Open. Guess who she beat? She beat Chris Evert.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
At 16, and she beats Chris Evert. She must have been very consistent back then at that time. Amazing to actually then to out-consistent Chris Evert, which is a human backboard back then. And then, yeah. and then it was back in 80. Then she became the number one in the world of all things. And then in 83, she was forced to retire from a tournament because she had back problems and stuff. And then 88 and 89, she attempted to come back, but then in 94, she finally retired because she just couldn't make it anymore, back problems and stuff like that. But she was the youngest player to be inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame in Newport, Rhode Island, too. So kind of a little history behind Tracy Austin, too. So kind of a nice little history thing behind that. And I like doing that. I just kind of like giving the history of these rackets and of my Ninny. When you look at the podcast, you'll see in the background a portion of my 250 tennis rackets I have or more, or something like that. So
that's crazy that you have that many rackets.
Oh, I know.
You have a lot of wooden rackets too, right?
Yeah, all of them are wooden. My oldest wooden racket is March 8th, 1908.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and I've had such a joy collecting them over the years and having people that find them for me and say, "Hey, we got this racket." And I actually have Ava, if she ever gets over by a Goodwill or a thrift store over where she's at, then I said, get a picture of the racket. Let me know what the price, and I'll let you know to get it. I'll pay her back.
Yeah.
Because up east, I'm sure that there's going to be some good old rackets up there.
Yeah, I bet.
So yeah, it's just been so fun to be able to be within the tennis and the tennis community all these years, and with also knowing and being in the Elk River tournament for as long as I have. I mean, I've known Randy for 30 plus years, 35 years or whatever. And I've been in that tournament for off and on for that long. And, but yeah, last year in the summer, I came real close to getting the consolation men's A, and I came real close, but got beat by one of the brothers. The one round before that, no, it was the fall tournament that I almost made it there. But anyway, but it was the summer one that I ended up winning a massive tiebreaker in the second set, 18-16, against one of the brothers.
Cow.
Yeah, one of the brothers that beat me in the fall in the singles consolation was his other brother, and then I played the younger brother that gets everything back, and I just wore out. I said, "God," so, but I tried. I did pretty good. I got to the finals, and it went 3 sets. So that's what counts. It went 3 sets. I just couldn't put my game together to do what I needed to do, but he was just consistent as all heck. No matter what I served, he got it back, and it was not hard, but it was high and deep, and it was like, "Oh, quit doing that, will you?"
Yeah, the Elk River Open is a pretty fun tournament. It's such a long weekend because this past normally every year I play all 3 events.
Mm-hmm.
So this past year, I made it to the finals in every event. So Kurt Horton and I won the mixed doubles, and then for singles I got second place.
Okay.
I lost to a girl that plays Davis.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and then for doubles we actually made it to the finals, and then there was a thing where my partner was Leah Maddock, and I was just Ava and Leah Skoquist.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up being where Ava had to go to a presentation thing for a scholarship that she got.
Oh my
so
God.
we weren't able to play the final. So then both Ava and I took the second place trophies and gave our partners the first place ones.
Oh my goodness.
Because we weren't going to be able to play the match.
Oh my gosh. Craziness as all things go, huh?
Yeah, it's a fun tournament though.
Oh, it is. It's always been fun, and it's always been such a joy to be able to play in that too. All the years that I've played in it, I've won a few trophies here and there in the men's A before and stuff like that. But it's just a matter of these young whippersnappers keep coming up at 12 and 13, 14 years old, and I'm going, come on, quit getting the ball back, will you? And they keep getting it back.
Yeah.
Here I am. Don't run me so much. So, but yeah, no, I'll be look forward to once I get back out in the court and start hitting the ball. I'll look forward to coming out and hitting with you, but just don't run me around too much. Just don't, keep it within my striking distance.
I'll try not to.
Yeah, try not to. But hey, I do appreciate you coming on here with me for Tennis Volley Talk. Maya, such a pleasure talking to you and knowing and finding out about your tennis journey. It's such a fun thing to do, and being able to talk tennis, and always fun being able to talk tennis.
Yeah, I'm so blessed just to be around the tennis community, and I'm glad that I have opportunity to just play collegiate tennis. So I'm excited for the future.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I do thank you so much, Ava, and you, Maya, for having joined me on my Tennis Volley Talk. So any of you YouTubers out there, if you want to watch my YouTube, be sure and watch the Racket of the Day. You'll see it. And then you podcasters out there, subscribe, and comment. If you want to take a look at the racket that I showed, you can take a look at it on my Tennis Volley Talk there. So everybody get out there, keep on playing. And in the warmer states like Oklahoma and Texas and Florida, keep on playing because it's outside weather all the time. So anyway, I do appreciate it very much, Maya, and you have a great day.
Yes, thank you. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What a great interview. That was so fun. So anybody that saw that, then it was a great interview. I really liked doing it, kind of get the insight of what she thought and what she did and how she started getting into tennis when she did. It was such a wonderful interview. So everybody out there, just get out there, play that tennis in those southern states and the warmer states. Get out there and keep on playing. Here in the colder states, Minnesota, we'll get back inside tennis now. And then I will be, there's my arm right there, all bandaged up. But anyway, I'll get back out there, physical therapy. I'll get back out in the court. Might be a little bit, but I will be back out in the court. May not be hitting it hard. Maybe so, maybe not. I don't know, but I'll certainly get out there and be hitting again. I have confidence in that's what I'm going to do. So everybody have a good week, and I'll talk to you next week.